I'm Haley Taylor, and you're listening to the Rough Draft Diaries. It was a beautiful day as I drove down to Weston, Ohio for this week's Rough Draft Diaries episode, which is exactly what I was hoping for, because majority of this interview was spent outside on a farm.
My name is Becky Schooner, and you're at Schooner Farms.
And my name is Don Schooner.
It's hard to describe Schooner Farms in one simple sentence because they are more than just a farm. Becky and Don continually refer to the farm as an educational resource because on top of growing produce, berries, honey, lavender, they also give classes on a variety of topics such as beekeeping, canning, organic gardening, nature and crafts, and land ethics.
Well, we started the farm aspect of what we're doing in about 2009. We started the farm because we wanted to create a sense of community and give people a place to have food that wasn't grown with any kind of synthetic chemistry, and that's what we've been doing.
Growing a farm without any synthetic chemistry was extremely important to the Schooners, so they went above and beyond in their mission to create organic gardening. They're using a system called permaculture.
Permaculture would be considered permanent agriculture, which would be more the perennial types of plants as opposed to an annual crop. And we wanted to really be able to utilize our farming situation to be able to show people different ways that they can do things. We don't use even a lot of what people would consider organic insecticides or fungicides. We leave it more to nature and try to develop systems, natural systems, that allow for a minimization of insect and disease problems.
Permaculture is a lifestyle. You're trying to imitate nature by creating minimal to no waste while using natural energies such as the wind, dust, leaves, tree bark. It's unconventional, and Becky and Don believe because it's different, people are scared to try it. But one easy way to test out a permaculture lifestyle is with a hugelkultur.
Hugelkultur, yes.
So that's a mound?
Mound garden.
Hugelkultur is German for hill garden or mound garden.
So instead of digging into the ground, hugelkultur is a raised bed. You can mound logs, branches, leaves, grass clippings, straw, manure, compost, whatever biomass you have. You create this mound, cover it with topsoil, and then you add your plants. Becky and Don are the ones explaining all of this to me as they're showing me their hugelkulturs outside on the farm, right by the lake.
So you're looking at using the logs, the leaves, the branches, wood chips, and then compost and topsoil married together. So that's what makes these mounds that you see here. So when it does rain, we're able to the mounds are like a sponge and they soak them back up. And then we have, then we're able to get a tremendous amount of production with that.
Interesting.
And it's nice it's easier to plant because it is higher, and it's a lot easier to pick too. So, and like Don said, we don't have to water as much, and all that good, oh, there's a fish, all that good biota is in there for really nice, healthy plants.
Man. The fish were getting a bit too loud for our interview, so we eventually moved away from the lake and we went back into the farmhouse. Permaculture was an exciting adventure for Don and Becky, although it was challenging at times. But one of the best aspects of having the farm is being able to share what they learned and what they would do differently with others.
We do a variety of classes. We do a lot of gardening classes, hands-on with the hugelkultur. We've done that. And people love it because they're able to come out, actually build a hugelkultur, which means mound garden, and see that it's not that hard to do. So people in town, and you can have an urban garden with a hugelkultur. And that's the kind of thing that we like to do, is have people come out and learn and then replicate it in their own yard. And we also do classes on all sorts of like homesteading things that people can do at home too. So we really, we've had lots of volunteers who have come out. We've had like program kids that have come out. And it's fascinating because, these kids have had some really tough times. And they come out here and they get to plant and watch it grow, and then there's this wonderful sense of accomplishment when they're done. So that is really cool.
And the students are not the only ones who find that sense of accomplishment. The Schooners believe, regardless of whether you're the teacher or the student, anyone can benefit from the act of reconnecting back to nature.
It gives people the opportunity to get away from the thought process of me and begin to think about the thought process of we. We the community, as opposed to me as an individual. So not necessarily that the individual is not important, but a lot of times we as humans begin to think too much about the individual and forget about the community aspect of it, the we aspect of it. Plants and being outside, the land, all of that is all a community. So therefore then, once you're involved in a community such as that, and you begin to see those patterns that nature has set up, that allows you to maybe feel more a part of the we instead of just thinking about the me part.
We're just wrapping up our time on the farm, but here are the Schooner's choices for next week.
The first was Jenny Van Hout at Garden View Flowers, and then Laura Wicks at Grounds for Thought. Tony and Michelle Weber at Weber Ranch.
For now, I'm Haley Taylor, and thanks for listening to this episode of the Rough Draft Diaries.